All right, let's begin with the latest news break that is coming in. The Waqf Amendment Bill all set to be tabled tomorrow. At the back of it, the India bloc MPs are coming up with a strategy. Congress Chief Kharge, Rahul Gandhi are at this meeting. Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, TMC, Uddhav Sena MPs at the meet. Tomorrow, Rahul Gandhi to chair opposition meet in Lok Sabha as well. So the opposition rallying together. It's interesting, viewers, because till now what we have seen is a fractured opposition. But the glue has turned out to be the Waqf Amendment Bill, where the MPs cross party lines, where the India Alliance was concerned, have come together in opposition of the bill. The TMC right now in that meeting. TMC off late hasn't attended too many meetings of the India Alliance, but in this, the TMC is there as well. I want to cut across to Amit Bhardwaj, who's joining us for more. Amit, the sheer fact now it all depends on how the allies of the NDA vote, and you can practically figure that out because the pressure being mounted from the India Alliance on allies like JDU and TDP on the bill is visible. But if the allies vote in favor with the government, then it's deal done.
Right, Preeti. We know for a matter of fact that in order to get these amendments passed, or rather the Waqf Amendment Bill passed in the Lok Sabha, the government needs only simple majority. And if the JDU and the Telugu Desam party sits with the government, this bill can be passed very easily in the Lok Sabha. And similarly, the numbers, even though the government has very slight majority in the Rajya Sabha in the upper house, but if the allies remain intact with the BJP will face no trouble. However, what we are given to understand at this point in time, the Telugu Desam party is still going through the fine details of the Waqf Amendment Bill. The draft bill is with them and they are deliberating upon the bill. And the final nod from the High Command, TDP High Command, is still awaited. So yes, the three amendments that were pushed by the TDP has been adopted in the draft bill of the Waqf Amendment Bill. But despite that, they're deliberating on this particular final draft at this moment, and the green signal from the High Command is awaited. That's what the top sources within the TDP is telling us. But you rightly pointed out, if to be very specific, if the JDU and the TDP stick with the NDA, the BJP should not face any trouble as far as the Waqf Amendment Bill is concerned in the Lok Sabha in order to get it passed in the Lok Sabha tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, Amit, appreciate you joining us with all the details. Viewers, what's also interesting is because there's a spotlight on the Bihar elections. The JDU as well as the LJP, both are a little wary that the bill passes before the elections because that could not or might not augur well where the minority vote comes into the state of Bihar. We're going to delve a little deeper into that. Thank you, Amit. We're going to get back to Amit. What's expected tomorrow, viewers? Number one, Amit Shah will be speaking in Parliament where the Waqf Amendment Bill is concerned. Number two, the opposition already meeting. And this, which is the Waqf Amendment Bill, the opposition to that, the India Alliance has found a political pivot finally, the glue that binds the India Alliance as of now. It was fractured before that. With that, let's take you through on what is expected tomorrow. And ultimately, the spotlight is not so much on the opposition, but the NDA allies. Where will they go?
The stage is set for a fiery showdown over the Waqf Amendment Bill. The bill will be tabled at around noon on Wednesday as per the decision taken in Lok Sabha Business Advisory Committee.
The total time to be allocated for discussion on Waqf Amendment Bill would be 8 hours, extendable after taking the sense of the House.
Rijiju warned opposition against fear-mongering on Waqf.
मैं सिर्फ हाथ जोड़ करके कहता हूं कि अगर बिल में बोलने के लिए कुछ नहीं है तो बहाना बना करके टाइम का बिजनेस एडवाइजरी कमेटी का बहाना बना करके वॉकआउट करने का ये सब मत कीजिए। जो समय तय किया गया है खुलकर बोलिए, हम सुनना चाहता हूं और एक पॉइंट एक सेक्शन क्लोज का हम जवाब देने के लिए बिल्कुल तैयार हैं।
Though TDP and JDU have cautioned the centre against implementing the new law retrospectively, saying they will reveal their cards after going through Waqf law draft.
अभी भी जो कुछ आ रहा है उसमें हमारे पार्टी और नीतीश कुमार जी से बहुत लोग मिले थे ये जरूर हम लोग की तरफ से है कि भाई रिट्रोस्पेक्टिव नहीं हो, अगर पास्ट में कोई बात है तो उसको उस पर कोई आंच नहीं आए। ये हम लोगों ने जरूर, हमारी पार्टी ने कहा था, मुझे लगता है जरूर जो कमेटी है, सरकार है, इसको ध्यान में रखेगी।
UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath slammed loot of public land in garb of Waqf.
ये व्यक्तिगत स्वार्थ का एक अड्डे बने हुए हैं। चंद लोगों के लिए लूट खसोट के अड्डे बने हुए हैं। किसी भी सरकारी प्रॉपर्टी पर जबरन काबिज करने का एक माध्यम बना हुआ है। और रिफॉर्म इस समय की मांग है। हर रिफॉर्म का विरोध होता है, लेकिन देश काल और परिस्थिति के अनुसार हमें उस प्रकार के रिफॉर्म के लिए तैयार होना चाहिए।
The opposition has slammed the Waqf bill, calling it a calculated ploy to deprive Muslims of land and a direct attack on constitution.
जब से सत्ता में बीजेपी आई है, बीजेपी का उद्देश्य सिर्फ ये रहा है कि किस तरह से इस देश में सद्भाव बिगड़े। ऐसा है, ये तो बिल आ रहा है, बिल नहीं आया उससे पहले प्रॉपर्टी नहीं छीनी जा रही। लोगों प्रॉपर्टी छोड़िए, लोगों को जान से मारा जा रहा है, लोगों की हत्याएं की जा रही हैं, लोगों को पुलिस संरक्षण में मारा जा रहा है, तो प्रॉपर्टी छीनने का अगर उन्हें संदेह है, डर है, तो सही है।
ये वक्फ बिल अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है। ये वक्फ बिल आर्टिकल 14, आर्टिकल 25, 26, 29 का ग्रेव वायलेशन है। ये वक्फ बिल नहीं है, बल्कि ये वक्फ बर्बाद बिल है। ये
Will the Waqf bill pass Lok Sabha test, or there is a surprise in store? With Ashwara Paliwal, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, you know what's interesting is that the Waqf Amendment Bill will be tabled in Lok Sabha tomorrow. There is an allocated time of an 8-hour discussion in it. Now, what does it look like? Well, the strength clearly lies with the NDA, viewers. Mind you, the NDA. Now, on your television screen, the total strength of the Lok Sabha, the House, 543. NDA now stands at a formidable 293, the India Alliance at 238, others at 11. Majority is 271. That would mean for the bill to clear the Lok Sabha hurdle, 271 is the majority mark. So clearly, if the NDA bands together, then it's quite clear. The Waqf Amendment Bill will sail through where the Lok Sabha at least is concerned. The Rajya Sabha hurdle comes in later. However, the fine print and why everyone is focusing on a few allies of the NDA, because 3 allies have made their position on the Waqf Amendment Bill unclear. They haven't come out and said that they're going to support it or they're not going to support it. And one of the formidable strengths in that 293 number that you saw on your television screen was the TDP adding 16 to that number. The JDU with 12 MPs, the LJP with 5 MPs. So what you see, the trio on your television screen will be closely watched. The TDP till now is unclear. They are saying they're looking at the draft. More so, they are saying that we have suggested 3 amendments. The JPC had adopted it. It seems the TDP could possibly go and side in with the government, with the BJP, where this bill is concerned. But right now, they are still unclear. They are saying we're unclear. We are studying, we are consulting within our party, and only then will we decide. So the TDP isn't all in just yet, nor is the JDU. The JDU is also deeply apprehensive. And the JDU brings 12 MPs, viewers, and 5 at the LJP. So why is the JDU apprehensive? And you can say even the LJP in that. There's an election in order. Bihar is going to election in the next 3 months' time. Muslims have traditionally voted for Nitish. There's a percentage, 7% of the Muslim vote went to Nitish Kumar, the JDU in 2020 election. The JDU wants to avoid another consolidation to ensure a repeat of NDA Sarkar. Basically, the JDU is apprehensive that if it sides in with the BJP on this front, that could mean that 7% vote it got last time of the Muslim community in the state of Bihar could be alienated, and there could be a consolidation in favor of the India Alliance, which is the RJD and the Congress. So the JDU doesn't want that, nor does the LJP, because even the LJP also enjoys a certain amount of Muslim votes. And one of the big factors which has played out where at least the LJP and the JDU have tried to ally apprehensions of the Muslim community in Bihar were the visuals that you saw of Nitish and On the other hand, Chirag Paswan from the LJP hosting iftars for the Muslim community. Now, let's go to the TDP. Why is the TDP apprehensive? The TDP promises to protect Waqf board properties in the state. Chief Minister Naidu organized and participated in iftar dinners last week, basically to ally fairs as well. In 2024 is when Andhra Pradesh went into election. TDP managed to retain Muslim backing despite joining NDA. So that is an important vote bank for the TDP as well. Now you understand the catch-22 situation where key NDA allies are concerned. At the back of it, the questions that we're asking this evening before we cut across to our panelists. Waqf bill uniting a fractured opposition. We saw that TMC is now sitting across the table with none else but Congress. Off late, they had completely maintained distance. Somewhere down the line, the Waqf Amendment Bill has come to be the glue that binds the India alliance. The other question that we asked, the Waqf Bill, a litmus test for NDA allies. Because if the allies don't support the bill, then the BJP would be in trouble to pass this particular bill. But it seems the JDU and the TDP, will they vote? Well, it seems that they just might. But what if they don't? So that's the other question. Where will JDU and TDP vote? Will they vote in favor of the bill? On the other hand, keeping in mind the apprehensions of the allies, especially in the state of Bihar, which is the JDU and the LJP, because they've got to go to the voters in the next 3 months. Will the NDA stall passing the bill before Bihar elections? You know, pass it in Lok Sabha, but let it hang where Rajya Sabha is concerned. Let the budget session end, let the monsoon session end, and then maybe after Bihar elections in the winter session, they could pass the bill. Lots of possibilities there. Let's take all these questions to our panelists this evening. Syed Zafar Islam, National Spokesperson BJP, Arshdeep Khadial, Spokesperson Congress, Anupriya, JDU Spokesperson. In just a short while, we'll also be joined by Jyotsna Tirunagari, National Spokesperson TDP. All of you will be allowed a 2-minute timer to put in your point of view. Ultimately, when the time finishes, the fader will drop and our viewers would not be able to hear you, just to be fair. Syed Zafar Islam, to begin with you, sir. How apprehensive is the BJP on the ally support? Do you think they'll come in tomorrow? Till now, none of the allies, be it JDU, be it LJP or the TDP, have come clear on their stand on the bill.
Well, let me tell you very candidly that opposition parties are misleading the Muslim community and the alliance partner, both TDP as well as the JDU, are fully aware of the fact that what will be introduced tomorrow is very different from what the lies they are spreading, the opposition bench. So we are very confident, rather extremely confident, that both our alliance partner will vote in the parliament in favor of the bill and will become a legislation for sure. But having said that, which is important for everyone to understand, that this bill is primarily meant for the marginalized section within the Muslim community. This has been discussed several times, but no amendments in the Waqf bill have been ever introduced in the manner which should have been introduced, because there are certain things which actually needs to be done to ensure that the benefits should go to the marginalized section of within the Muslim community, the poorer section of the Muslim community, and all the discussion which had happened in the past is only to give more powers to mutawallis and likes of the people who are heading the Waqf board, and they have misused it. I am telling you, being a Muslim, I am telling you that they have misused it for the benefit of their own benefit or for the benefit of a select group of people, which is very unfair if you really understand that what was the purpose of people donating their land. And reform is important. These lands was donated years back, and this or properties, whatever it has been donated for the welfare of the Muslim community and the poorer section of the Muslim community, but which has not been done. Tell me what has been done. Of course, I won't say that nothing has been done. Something has been done, but there are many things which should have done which has not been done. But this changes in the new Waqf bill perhaps will bring all those changes where important legislation will become, and this will address the concern of the Muslim community as well
All
as
right.
the opposition.
Mr. Islam, your time is up, sir. I'll circle back to you for your
thing.
next 2 minutes. Allow me to just bring in our other guests. I'll come back to you, Dr. Islam. Just bringing in the other guests, and we'll come back to you. Arshdeep Kadyal, your 2 minutes begin now. It does seem that at least the India Alliance has found its mojo back when it comes down to opposition to the Waqf Amendment Bill. The TMC that never sat across the table, at least in the last 1 year, is doing so this time.
See, number one, Mr. Islam said that the Congress party is trying to mislead the community. Well, it's the very community that has spoken against the Waqf bill. The Bharatiya Janata Party needs to understand that it's an attack on the Constitution of India. It violates Article 14, which is right to equality. It violates Article 25. And the Bharatiya Janata Party ought to tell us a few things. Number one, deputy commissioners have been given far-reaching powers. They'll be deciding COA properties and COA their registration. Give us one example wherein any community is governed in this fashion. Number two, the deputy commissioners would not be from their community. Therefore, they would not understand their rituals, their traditions, their cultures, everything. And would not be, and if they would not be well versed with it, they would not be able to govern it. And number two, the Waqf by user concept, which was created by the judiciary, the Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to abolish it. Now, the fact of the matter is that the Bharatiya Janata Party is undermining the judiciary, and if you cannot respect and regard the judiciary, at least do not disrespect it and disregard the decisions that have been taken by the judiciary over a period of time after experience and after deliberations. Next is that the National Council, the State Board, and the tribunals, their authority has been mitigated, their stature has been mitigated, their composition has been mitigated. Why does the Bharatiya Janata Party have to do that? And next is that through the JPC, the Bharatiya Janata Party has bulldozed their way with it without, and it's unprecedented that there was no clause by clause discussion that happens every time in a JPC. And in the parliament, the bill is going to be tabled for 2 days. For 495 pages, around 480, 490 pages, is it possible to go clause by clause, discuss everything just within 2 days? So the Bharatiya Janata Party is basically doing what it always does, doing away with debate, discussion, not consulting, including anyone, even the stakeholders, and doing what they like.
Okay, Mr. Kadyal, your time is up. I'll come back to you. Allow me to bring in Anupriya, the spokesperson of the JDU. Anupriya ji, it does seem that it's a catch-22 for the JDU. Number one, where does the JDU stand on the Waqf bill? Tomorrow, are you in support of your ally BJP when the bill is tabled in Lok Sabha?
एनडीए के साथी दल होने के नाते हमने अपनी बातों को मुखरता से रखा है। अगर बात वक्फ वोट की बात हो रही हो, बिल पे हो, या 370 पे हो, या 3 तलाक की बात हो, हमने अपनी बातों को रखा है। जो भी सजेशंस हमारे मुस्लिम समुदाय के जो आला कमान है, माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी से बात करने के बाद जो भी सजेशंस आए, हमने जेपीसी के थ्रू हमने अपनी बातों को रखा है। हमें उम्मीद है कि जेपीसी में जिस तरह से पक्ष और विपक्ष के सभी दलों को इन्विटेशन मिला है और उनको आमंत्रण मिला है अपनी बातों को रखने के लिए, लेकिन बात ये समझने की बात है कि हम जो विपक्ष है कि जो कि मुस्लिम समुदाय के ऊपर मात्र एक वोट की राजनीति करते हैं, क्योंकि आपने कहा बिहार में चुनाव है और वोटरों की चिंता है, कतई नहीं। बिहार में जो माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी का इकबाल है, जिसने बिहार के लोगों में गंगा जमनी तहजीब को देखा है कि जिस तरह से हम प्रेम से, आपने कुछ दिन पहले भी देखा होगा, होली भी मनाया और हमने रमजान में अपने नमाज को भी अदा किया। मुस्लिम भाइयों ने सद्भावना के साथ में, मुख्यमंत्री जी के शासनकाल में कोई भी दंगा नहीं हुआ, जो कि कांग्रेस और आरजेडी जो अलायंस में है यहाँ महागठबंधन के रूप में, जिनका एकमात्र एजेंडा होता है कि मुस्लिम समुदाय के लोगों को अपने वोटर्स के रूप में इस्तेमाल करना। जब आप राजनीतिक सशक्तिकरण की बात करें या कुर्सी देने की बात होती है, तब ये अपने लोगों को नहीं सामने रखते, अपने परिवार के लोगों को सामने रखते हैं। बिल पे जो भी हमारी आपत्तियां थी, हमने अपने जेपीसी में रखा। और कल की बात मुझे लगता है कि आई एम नॉट एबल टू से दैट कि हमारे वहां जितने भी सीनियर लीडर्स होंगे वो उनका काम है, क्योंकि हमारे जो प्रतिनिधि दल है वहां पे, मैं संजय झा जी की बात करूं या ललन सिंह जी, वहां उन्होंने जेपीसी में अपनी बातों को रखा है। और जो हमें उम्मीद है कि हमने जिन सजेशंस को पुट अप किया है उसको कंसिडर किया जाएगा, क्योंकि सबका साथ सबका विकास इसी तरह से होता है। और जब हम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की बात करते हैं तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से ही देश चल सकता है कि सभी को इजाजत है अपनी बातों को मुखरता से रखने के लिए। तो हमारी चिंता कतई वोटर्स की नहीं है, हमारी चिंता सभी की है। और जब बिहार की मैं बात करती हूं,
अनुप्रिया जी, मैं आपको 1 मिनट देती हूं, क्योंकि आपने आंसर नहीं किया जो सवाल मैंने आपसे पूछा था मैडम, कि कहां पर है जेडीयू? क्या आप समर्थन में हैं जो बिल कल टेबल होने जा रहा है, हां कि नहीं? क्योंकि जेपीसी में जो होना था अब तो हो गया। क्या आपने वो ड्राफ्ट पढ़ा है? कल जो टेबल होगा लोकसभा में आपकी पार्टी के जो नेताएं हैं, और क्या आप समर्थन में हैं कि नहीं है?
मुझे लगता है कि इसका जवाब आपको कल 12 बजे मिल जाएगा। इतनी अति उत्सुकता दिखाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, और मैं कैपेबल भी नहीं हूं। मैं यहाँ प्रदेश की प्रवक्ता हूँ, मैं नेशनल स्पोक्स पर्सन भी नहीं हूँ। मुझे लगता है कि हमारे नेशनल स्पोक्स पर्सन राजीव रंजन जी ने कहा है कि हमारी जो डिमांड थी उस बातों को रखा गया, और कल बिल आएगा उसके बाद बिल्कुल क्लियर हो जाएगा। लेकिन एक बात जरूर है कि ये एनडीए अलायंस की बात करना कांग्रेस, बाकी जो महागठबंधन वो बंद करे, और हमारे डिमांड्स बिल्कुल भी क्लियर होते हैं। हम वोट की राजनीति नहीं करते हैं, हमारी चिंता सभी की होती है, सबका साथ सबका विकास लेके चलते हैं। और बिहार की मैं बात करूं, आप यहाँ देख लें कि किस तरह से वक्फ बोर्ड के माध्यम से आज अल्पसंख्यक परिवार के जो लोग हैं किस तरह से व्यवसायी में यहाँ आए हैं, मदरसों में जिस तरह से हमने अपने एक्सपेंसेस को बढ़ाया है। तो बिहार के मुस्लिम समुदाय के लोग को पता है कि नीतीश कुमार जी का इकबाल मजबूत है और वो बिल्कुल सुरक्षित हाथों में है।
जी, अब चलिए, एटलीस्ट Anupriya ji, you were honest enough, and Syed Zafar Islam, that's a big window into what the quandary is, or the catch-22 situation you've put your allies in the state of Bihar, because you have an Anupriya ji who's saying very clearly that कल ही बताएंगे कहां पर रहेंगे, क्योंकि हमने जो objections raise किए थे वो बहुत clearly JPC में हमने voice करे थे, पर objection है, कहां खड़े हैं बिल पे अभी तक undecided है। And Dr. Syed Zafar Islam, that is problematic because you have an election coming in the next 3 months in the state of Bihar, where your ally JDU in 2020 took 7% of the Muslim vote.
Let me tell you.
2 minutes, sir. Go ahead.
First of all, there is absolutely no uncertainty as far as the bill is concerned. It will become a legislation. It will be introduced. It will be debated. It will be deliberated. It will be discussed. And those who are spreading lies among the Muslim community it will backfire on them, because the bill has everything what is required for for bringing reforms in the Waqf board. Having said that, it is also important to note that the Honorable Home Minister has already made it clear, and he has given this clarity what the demand of the many of the alliance partner as well as the opposition leaders were, that it is not from the retrospective date, it's from the prospective dates. So there is no uncertainty associated or what lies they are spreading. What is more important, and I'm sure that all the alliance partners have understood, and I'm saying that there is absolutely no uncertainty. Everybody will vote in favor. In fact, many of the opposition leaders and the opposition parties, they'll realize when the bill is introduced on the floor of the parliament tomorrow, they will realize what they were spreading was absolutely unfounded, and is something which is for the good of the Muslim community, especially the marginalized community from the Muslim community. So these things are being spoken in the media or spoken by the opposition leaders. We are overly confident, and we are absolutely not concerned that whether the bill will become legislation or not, because we know that we have the numbers, we have the support of the alliance partner, and we have the support of the many opposition parties as well. Even when we introduced Article 3, revocation of Article 370, that time also people were speculating. But we had the support, and many of the opposition parties supported the abrogation of Article 370. Likewise, you will see wholeheartedly it will be supported by the opposition bench as well as the treasury bench, and it will become a legislation, and it will bring prosperity to
all right, sir, your time is ended, but I'm very interested and intrigued to know which opposition party is actually going to support you where the Waqf Amendment Bill is concerned. Okay, we'll see tomorrow. But I just want to bring in, before I go back to the Congress spokesperson, I want to introduce Jyotsna Tirunagari, national spokesperson, TDP. And the same question that I asked the JDU spokesperson, Jyotsna ji, I'm going to ask you. It's a catch-22 situation for the TDP as well. You've put forward 3 amendments. Whether or not they're going to be adopted is a different story. Where does the TDP stand tomorrow when the bill is going to be tabled in Parliament? 2 minutes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Very, very strongly, I would like to say that TDP always stands with Muslims. There is no doubt about it. Always. We have been, since our inception, we have always been with Muslims and will be with Muslims. And I believe real secularism is protecting institutions, not emotionally exploiting the communities. And we believe in it, and we literally, instill it all the time. Now, coming back to the bill, there were a lot of deliberations that has happened, almost, I think 36 sittings and 111 hours of deliberations that has happened, and our JPC, our member to the JPC, Sri Krishna Dev Railu, has attended each and every minute of it. And then we had our sort of deliberations happen in our state. We went back to our state, we spoke with all the stakeholders. That's when we came out with all the feedback, and we proposed 3 amendments, 3 modifications to the JPC in that particular bill. And I believe, and we strongly believe, that those modifications would be accepted, and anything and everything for the betterment of Muslims, TDP always supports. And again, we also believe that Waqf land is not just a mere political tool. It's a sacred trust. And this bill, we believe, is in a way is sort of a weapon or something like that to safeguard that particular trust. We believe in that, and we are going for that. And one more thing is, some of the parties are talking about it being unconstitutional or something like that, but no, there is a pure constitutional procedure that was followed, and we believe it is going to be coming out absolutely in benefit for the Muslim community. That's what we believe in.
Ma'am, you ended 23 seconds before, but I'll ask you a counter question.
Yes.
So the TDP tomorrow is supporting the bill?
As I said earlier, anything and everything that's in support of any of the communities, not just Muslims or anybody, we are always with it. We stand by the people.
So, yes? Yes?
Categorically, you can say that, but I would actually wait for the entire bill to be presented in the parliament.
But categorically, yes.
But we would wait for the bill to be presented in the parliament.
You will wait for the bill to be presented in the parliament?
Because right now we are just, reading the draft bill that's there. So any other modification, any other suggestion, probably we have our session tomorrow also. Our speakers would also be
And you're confident
speaking.
your 3 amendments would be taken?
Absolutely, because we were a part of JPC, and we attended all the deliberations, and I know that we also had a feedback mechanism for ourselves also. So we believe
Arshdeep Kadiyal, at least one ally has stuck her neck out, and she's saying categorically, and not my words, but saying categorically, we will be supporting the Waqf Amendment Bill tomorrow. So the TDP is in. That could be, you've given me a breaking news, ma'am.
No. I also said that we are waiting for the final bill to be presented in the parliament. So
but
you
categorically,
yes.
Ma'am, वही होता है politics में. You have to read between the lines.
No, we are politicians. I hope you are not.
No, I'm not. I'm a journalist. I'm supposed to read between the lines.
That's it.
So Arshdeep Kadiyal, it looks like TDP is in. JDU will let us know tomorrow.
Number one, I'll give you another breaking news. An NDA ally, I asked it to the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson, did your ally not oppose the Waqf bill in the JPC? Have you addressed the concerns of your own ally? And if you have, would you please like to tell us when you get your 2 minutes? Number 2, before a Waqf tribunal's decision used to be final, and now the property dispute can be taken to other forums also. That is second. Number 3 is that without donating, the Waqf board will not be able to claim any property. And number 4, the total property of Waqf, I want to ask it from the Bharatiya Janata Party, is how much? And what does the Bharatiya Janata Party intend to do with it? And 5th is the bill, or the Waqf bill, is basically depriving the community to administer and to govern its own traditions, its own cultures, its own religious affairs. The Bharatiya Janata Party has still not been able to answer this question. Give us one example of any community wherein a deputy commissioner governs the registration and the property of that particular community. Because
you made that point. Arshdeep, you've made that point earlier, and I want to go back to Dr. Said Zafar Islam. And, Dr. Islam, there is a question, I would think, which the allies might not ask, but somebody who's observing this, will ask, which is, you're on the eve of tabling a very, very important bill. There was a JPC, your allies who hold you in, support in Parliament have asked for amendments, and they still don't know whether those amendments have been taken. Why is it that the draft of the bill has not been sent to your allies? Jyotsna ji, as well as Anupriya ji, both of them said, we'll see tomorrow what the draft says. It shows very little respect for your allies, sir.
No. I think
you misread their statement. They said what the suggestion made by them by their representative in JPC, and they would like to see what is being introduced in the parliament, which is fair. They will definitely like to see what has been introduced, what is being introduced on the floor of the parliament, because bill has to be introduced by someone. Once it gets introduced, people will get to see what exactly their concern was, whether it has been addressed or not. But we can tell you that all the concerns, not only our alliance partner, but many other representatives who have made the JPC, their concerns have been adequately addressed.
Dr. Islam, I'm sorry I'm interrupting. So you're saying the draft of the bill has gone to the allies?
We are reading the draft bill. That's what I said. I quoted.
Okay. Okay, they're reading the draft right now. So it has come in. You're right. So it has come in. I would like to give all of you one minute to close in terms of where you stand on the Waqf bill. Anupriya ji, 1 minute आपका अभी शुरू होता है. JDU का क्या रुख रहेगा कल?
निश्चित तौर पे मैं फिर वही बात दोहराऊंगी कि हमने जेपीसी के थ्रू अपनी बातों को रखा है और हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि हम इंडिया अलायंस होने के नाते हमारे बातों को गंभीरता से लिया जाएगा, क्योंकि मैं फिर कह रही हूँ सबका साथ सबका विकास होने के लिए बहुत जरूरी है कि सभी की बातों को ध्यान से सुना जाए। और मैं फिर कह रही हूँ कि बिहार में मुख्यमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में कई ऐसे स्कीम चल रहे हैं कि जो अल्पसंख्यकों को आर्थिक, सामाजिक और राजनीतिक रूप से मजबूत करने के लिए किया जा रहा है। ये मैं एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट बात बताऊंगी आपको कि मदरसों में जो शिक्षकों की जो संख्या है उनको वही वेतन मिल रहा है जो बिहार सरकार कॉलेजेस में या स्कूल्स में पढ़ाने वाले टीचर्स को मिल रहे हैं। तो यहाँ चिंता की बात नहीं है, चिंता वहां है जो विपक्षों में है, राजनीतिक करने की उनकी मंशा आती है। और आप देखिए एक भ्रामक स्थिति पैदा करने का हमेशा से प्रयास रहा है, चाहे वो संविधान खतरे में हो, चाहे उन्होंने ईवीएम की बात की हो, चाहे वोटर लिस्ट की बात की हो। और अब लास्टली कल यह भी क्लियर हो जाएगा कि यह बिल निश्चित तौर पे विदेश के आम सभी आवाम के लिए एक खुशी का रूप में होगा।
All right, Jyotsna ji, your 1 minute starts now on the TDP stand on the Waqf Amendment Bill.
As I quoted earlier also, we stand by the community and we stand by the principles basically, and definitely, as I said, we are reading the draft bill, we are going through the draft bill, and we'll see once the bill is tabled tomorrow. We have already given our modifications, and I believe and have seen some of that they have been accepted. So we would go by what is good for the community. And also
all 3 demands of yours been accepted?
That's what I
see. The one on retrospect, has that been accepted or not?
No, you're actually coming in between my time, but no.
Okay.
All the 3 have been accepted in principle, I believe. And one thing I would like to quote is, as the Telugu Desam party representative, I would like to say one thing is, we don't believe in appeasement politics at all. We believe in empowerment with dignity. Our efforts for the Muslim community are rooted in development, education, safety and socio-economic upliftment, not seasonal announcements or tokenism, which we have never done. So this particular bill also talks about, I think, the amendments that we have put up and all the other inputs that have come in the JPC, they talk about welfare for the community, and TDP is always for the welfare of the community.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I gave you a few seconds more where I interrupted you.
you.
I appreciate it. Just 1 minute each to both. Mr. Khadial, your time starts now on your opposition to the Waqf Amendment Bill, and I'll give 1 minute to Dr. Islam.
Well, I would only request the Bharatiya Janata Party that for once, give up on a divide and rule politics, give up on a polarization politics. This is about the social harmony, the social fabric of our country. And the fact of the matter is, we all know it, that a community knows itself best. A Hindu would know best about its religion, its tradition, its culture. A Sikh would know the best about his own community. A Christian would know the best about his own community. And a Muslim would know the best about his own community. And despite that, in the Waqf board, they have introduced people from different communities who would not know the rituals, the traditions, the cultures, the fabric of that particular community. So why do it? And the Bharatiya Janata Party has not been able to answer even a single question. I would have posted down 8 to 9 questions in this debate. I hope in the last minute that you would be given to the Bharatiya Janata Party, he would be able to answer at least one question. I also give him 10 seconds for my time. Be welcome with it.
All right. Okay, 1 minute, Dr. Islam. Closing comments.
But I hope he'll give some answers.
Well, I just would like to inform the audience who's watching this program, Preeti ji, that most of the issues which were discussed in the media or among the people by the political parties are actually, you will find that it is unfounded when the bill will be introduced. the many apprehension which has been raised, which actually does not exist. The idea was the Honorable Prime Minister has only one agenda, that how to empower, what the TDP spokesperson was talking about, how to empower the community. For empowering the community, the marginalized section of the society, particularly I'm talking about the within the Muslim community, they need to be empowered. When there is a lot of assets, which were 9 lakh crore of assets, which is generating very small amount of revenue, which needs to be really efficiently managed. Those assets needs to be managed efficiently so that we can generate more resources to do better things for the welfare of the Muslim community, and that is something which is being a target for us.
I'm going to end it there. I appreciate all our guests. Your time's up. I appreciate all our guests for joining us. We'll of course reconvene tomorrow on where each party stands. This debate wasn't about the constitutionality of the Waqf Amendment Bill or the merits of the bill, viewers. That has been a debate we've had in the past. There have been apprehensions raised on it. This debate was entirely on the politics of it, where the allies stand. And it does seem, as of now, they stand firmly with the BJP.
Is BJP Tamil Nadu president all set to lose his post? Is removal of Annamalai AIADMK's precondition for BJP alliance? The alliance broke last time after Annamalai called AIADMK matriarch corrupt. Is AIADMK now ready for revenge? If removed, who can replace Annamalai in Tamil Nadu? BJP MLA from Coimbatore South, Vanathi Srinivasan. BJP MLA from Tirunelveli, Nayanar Nagendran. And BJP leader and former Telangana Governor Tamilisai Soundarajan. Annamalai in his response said that he is ready to work even as a BJP cadre.
நான் ஏற்கனவே என்னுடைய ஸ்டாண்டை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் எப்பொழுதுமே நான் ஓப்பனாக தான் இருந்திருக்கேன், அதில் எந்த மாற்று கருத்தும் இல்லை. நான் டெல்லியில் பேசும்பொழுது தொண்டனாக பணியாற்றவும் தயார் என்கின்ற வார்த்தையும் பயன்படுத்தியிருக்கேன். அதனுடைய பொருளையும் நீங்க நல்லா உணர்ந்துக்கங்க.
Nothing is certain except for one variable, and that is BJP wants AIADMK in the NDA alliance one way or the other.
Under Annamalai, BJP split with AIADMK and went it alone in polls. BJP's vote share jumped from 3.66% in 2019 to 10.72% in 2024. However, it still drew a blank in terms of seats. Annamalai had then received a big pat on the back from none less than Prime Minister Modi.
अन्नामलाई बहुत ही अच्छे आर्टिकुलेट है. दूसरा लोग सोचते कि यार इतना बड़ा होनहार कैरियर छोड़ के आया आदमी तो डीएमके AIADMK में चला जाता उसकी तो जिंदगी बन जाती. कि वो नहीं गया, वो बीजेपी में आया. तो लोग आप यार ये बीजेपी में गया है मतलब कुछ मेटल है, कुछ अच्छे इरादे वाला इंसान लगता है.
Word is he might be pulled into central politics for now. Annamalai collateral in BJP AIADMK alliance.
So the questions that we asked this evening: has Annamalai been sacrificed at the altar of an alliance between the AIADMK and the Bharatiya Janata Party? The AIADMK alliance condition removal of Annamalai. Because the reason that alliance broke earlier was because of Annamalai, many would suggest, and the AIADMK now looking for revenge. Will Annamalai be removed as BJP chief in Tamil Nadu? Will Annamalai be replaced by another BJP in Tamil Nadu? If at all, who? Let's take these questions to our two panelists this evening. Joining me, T.S. Sudhir, columnist, political analyst, Sumant Raman, political commentator and analyst. I'd like to begin with T.S. Sudhir. Sudhir, how do you look at the current situation? Because it does seem, especially with the commentary made by Mr. Annamalai, that in all probability, he's on his way out.
Well, the fact that the BJP at the center is very keen on an alliance with the AIADMK obviously makes it very difficult for Annamalai to continue, given that his relations with Edappadi Palaniswamy and the AIADMK leadership haven't been so great for the past 2-3 years. In fact, he was one reason, because of his stubborn refusal to partner with the AIADMK, that the 2024 alliance did not take place, even though the central leadership was more keen on that, because that would have helped them fetch some votes, some seats in the Lok Sabha elections. But while that may be the case, I do believe that this is being gift wrapped in the name of that, because he's a Gounder and so is Edappadi Palaniswamy. Therefore, both leaders cannot be at the helm of affairs in the leadership position as far as the NDA is concerned for 2026. I do believe that this is also a very carefully thought out strategy by the BJP central leadership to take Annamalai out of the equation and probably have someone else who would be more acceptable to the AIADMK also, and the fact that it would not put Annamalai in a difficult situation given his kind of relationship with the AIADMK leadership. So I do believe that while on the face of it, it would seem as some kind of a demotion or as some kind of a snub to Annamalai or giving into pressure by the AIADMK, I think in the long run, both for the BJP as well as for Annamalai, because Tamil Nadu, let's look at it very carefully. It is a long drawn-out race as far as the BJP is concerned. It will actually work out well both for Annamalai as well as the BJP.
So, T.S. Sudhir, at present, what are you looking at? Also, maybe reflect on the internal workings of the BJP unit where Tamil Nadu is concerned, because a lot is made of, the succession war between the AIADMK to own the legacy of Jayalalitha. You have TTV Dinakaran, you have, a plethora of people doing that. But even in the BJP, there are clearly camps within camps. And the name of H. Raja comes out very often.
Well, you would recall that soon after Jayalalitha's demise, it was the BJP which was backing O. Paneerselvam. Nothing really came out of his rebellion, and the entire party stayed with Edappadi Palaniswamy. So the decision to back OPS at that time came a proper. So even though the likes of TTV Dinakaran and O. Paneerselvam are with the NDA, they really do not command the kind of support that they did when Jayalalitha was alive in the AIADMK during their days in the AIADMK. As far as the BJP is concerned in Tamil Nadu, it's pretty much a divided house. I don't think anyone doubts the fact that Annamalai is not really liked by many of the BJP leaders themselves, and many of them have held positions of power, of leadership in the BJP Tamil Nadu unit in the past. The likes of H. Raja, the likes of Tamilisai Soundararajan. Now, the names that you mentioned in the report before this, Vanathi Srinivasan and Nayanar Nagendran. Now, these are the two names which are being bandied about. But the fact that Vanathi Srinivasan comes from Coimbatore, the same Western Tamil Nadu, Kongu belt, in a sense could rule her out, except for the fact that she would be a woman face, and that could definitely be an X factor. But Vanathi Srinivasan would be a dark horse. I think Nayanar Nagendran, the fact that he comes from the Southern Tamil Nadu belt, puts him a little ahead. He has also spent years in the AIADMK, and that could also make him a bit more acceptable to the AIADMK leadership. But I don't think the BJP is looking for some kind of a green signal from the AIADMK before they announce their BJP president for the Tamil Nadu unit. I don't think the BJP, given the way it functions, would really operate like that. But yes, right now, it's not so much about who will head the Tamil Nadu unit. The BJP would want the AIADMK to be part of the NDA because the parties like the PMK, the Tamil Manila Congress, OPS, or a TTV Dinakaran are essentially part of the supporting cast. They really do not bring much to the table except the numbers. On paper, the NDA may look strong in terms of the number of parties who are part of the NDA, but they would really need a pan-Tamil Nadu party. And at the moment, at least on paper, the AIADMK is the one that ticks all the boxes.
All right, one quick question, T.S., before I cut across to Shekhar Iyer. He's still to come on board, but what happens to Annamalai? Because it's not that he doesn't come from backing and some solid backing where even the top leadership in Delhi considers. Is he going to be pulled where centre is concerned?
Well, there are a lot of speculation, and I don't think anyone really knows what's really in the mind of the Prime Minister and the Union Home Minister, who are looking at Tamil Nadu very closely. But I think it's a fact that Annamalai is not going to be dumped as if he's a nobody. He is held in high esteem by the central leadership. They consider him as someone who has actually pulled the BJP from a 2%, 3% party to the kind of position it is in now. Even in terms of perception, and that actually matters a lot as far as Tamil Nadu politics is concerned. He has managed to position the BJP in a sense, both on the ground and also on social media, as a party that takes on the DMK government on all issues. In fact, that is seen in terms of perception as the real opposition in Tamil Nadu. Now, that may not really translate into votes to a large extent, but yes, in matters of perception, the BJP has emerged as a party that cannot be ignored. So that is something that the central leadership will look at. He could be moved to a different position. I really look at it, Preeti, in a slightly different sense, that actually it would work to Annamalai's advantage if he actually stays out to a large extent of this contest.
All right, we finally...
as an impact player.
You know, I need to go into a break, but we finally have got Shekhar Iyer. There was apparently a problem with his network. But Shekhar Iyer, where do you see Annamalai go? Do you see him go at all? Who replaces him? What are your reflections?
Well, first of all, I think the impression that he is being removed, that is not correct, because he is actually done more than 1.5 years. You know, his term has been extended for the Lok Sabha elections and subsequently. Now, the only issue here is Annamalai himself has given a lot of inputs to the Home Minister, Amit Shah. Now, here the question is, you see, both the parties realize, both AIADMK and the BJP realize, without an alliance, without a division, without preventing a division in the opposition votes, it will be very difficult for the opposition parties to, you know, put up a good fight against the DMK. That's number one. Number two, both the parties have realized after they went alone for the Lok Sabha elections that, you know, there is a what is called wisdom that comes in the hindsight, that if they had gone together, perhaps they could have won at least 10 seats on the basis of, if you add up the first runner-up and second runner-up in many constituencies. So there is a lot of realization in the BJP as well as in ADA. But the problem is, EPS is insisting that this alliance will be led by him. He should be declared the Chief Minister candidate, and he will decide who will fight what seats and what number of seats. This is a problem here because Annamalai feels, Annamalai is willing to step down. He has conveyed, look, EPS doesn't command that kind of popularity which he had earlier. So it is better not to project any CM candidate. Rather, NDA alliance should go as a party, as a two-party. That is not something EPS will agree. But there are many others in the party like Sengotian, who has been in the party since inception from 1977, who has also met Amit Shah. And another thing is, Preeti, at the moment things are in such a state of flux, but both the parties realize sooner or later they have to come together. Now, EPS decided to meet Amit Shah only after there were back-channel talks with the new party that is come on the horizon, that is actor Vijay's Tamil Vetri Katchi. Now, Vijay is not willing to play seven fiddle to EPS either. In the parleys that were held among the interlocutors, we understand that Vijay wants to contest at least 100 seats, and he is not willing to accept EPS being projected as the Chief Minister. So the whole issue, because though Vijay is an untested commodity in the Tamil Nadu elections, his party, this is the first elections, and all his functionaries are all greenhorns, excepting one or two. So these are the issues right now, but definitely ADMK and BJP are headed towards an alliance sooner or later, Preeti.
All right. And would you want to, you know, reflect on actor Vijay? Because there are a lot of questions that are being raised. And we actually did a poll, Shekhar Iyer, a few days ago, which seemed to suggest if actor Vijay actually comes in with the AIADMK, they have a sure or at least a comfortable shot when it comes to forming government in Tamil Nadu.
Definitely. You see, if the opposition, if there is no split in the opposition votes, because one thing that, because earlier EPS thought of an alliance with actor Vijay in the hope that it will eventually even attract the Congress. Because actor Vijay will not accept any alliance in which BJP will be a party. The people are, you know, say, some people believe that actor Vijay is actually supported by BJP. No. In fact, Annamalai on record made an allegation that actor Vijay has been propped up by the DMK at this junction to divide the opposition votes. Because a division in opposition votes will enable DMK to overcome anti-incumbency issues and factors. Preeti.
All right. I appreciate you joining us, Shekhar Iyer. Thank you there. You know, there's rarely a dull day in politics. Thank you, T.S. Sudhir, for giving your insights. We're going to come back to the both of you in days to come. Very interesting how things are panning up where the state of Tamil Nadu is concerned. Headed to polls, mind you, it's still a year away. Still a year away and a lot happening already.